Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop review. Sorry about the cold, hit me hard this week. Anyways, today we're looking at an interesting new BB rifle from ASG. This is the ASG TAC 4.5 millimeter CO2 BB Air Rifle. And it is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store in both this 4.5 millimeter version. You'll see it says the TAC 4.5. There's also a TAC 6, which is 6 millimeter plastic airsoft. So if you're into using airsoft guns or shooting airsoft guns, then you do have that option. So keep that in mind. They'll literally be identical other than the fact that you're going to have 6 millimeter plastic airsoft BBs in the TAC 6 and 4.5 millimeter steel BBs in the TAC 4.5. Alright, let's get right into some of the specifications. Now it will be a little bit hard to get this entire gun into the field of view. I can only get my camera up so high, so I will be moving it around on camera when I show the gun around, so you can see it in all the details. But we'll just sort of put it here, place it somewhere in the middle for while I do most of the specifications. And those specifications are, it's a non-blowback or mostly plastic polymer design. This version, the TAC 4.5, shoots 4.5 millimeter steel BBs, and again that TAC 6 shoots 6 millimeter airsoft versions. So make sure to buy the appropriate gun. It uses 12 gram CO2 cartridges, just one single cartridge, which goes in the pistol grip here. I'll show you that later. The steel BB version has a 21 round dropout metal stick magazine. Again, I'll show you that too in a bit here. This rifle weighs in at 3.5 pounds or 1,588 grams. It utilizes a double action only trigger, has a claimed FPS of 417, has an internal smooth bore barrel, so it's not rifled, and the barrel does not go all the way down, the inner barrel. I'll show you that too in a bit here, what the inner barrel looks like. You'll notice we have top and bottom Picatinny rails. Okay, so you can add a lot of accessories on here. They're Weaver Picatinny style. And on the top we have fiber optic sight in the front and a fully adjustable rear sight. These are like an iron sight type setup, so they are removable. In the box you have this adjustable, right, a nicely adjustable bipod. Okay, it goes on. You can adjust it. Once it's on there, it goes on like that. We'll put it on later, I'll show you. We also have this rubber butt plate here. Nice thick rubber butt plate. Adds a little bit to the weight, I'm sure. And when I show you around, I'll show you in more detail, but we do have this integrated laser sight that's built in. Now, it's just sort of a dummy shell or the shell to the laser. The internal metal parts or the internal parts for the laser are not included with this, but you can take it out. Actually, it's on the other side here. You can take this laser right out. It does have the door or the drawer or whatever you want to call it for actual batteries, but inside it's just kind of hollow. You need to buy the internal parts for it to put in here. It doesn't come with them. Now, it's not an actual replica of any gun that I know of. It does look very tactical. You know, maybe it kind of looks like a CX4 Storm, a Beretta CX4 Storm, just a little bit, but not entirely. Again, this gun is distributed by ASG Action Sports Games. There is no actual licensing, so there's no Beretta or any type of licensing on it. It's just their ASG branding that you'll find in certain parts on the gun. I'm not going to be able to get the entire box in this picture here, but we can take a look at it. We'll just sort of scroll by here. You can see the bipod, the TAC 4.5. You can see the sights there, right? Okay. See the bipod on the gun. We have, some lettering, writing on here. Ergonomic grip with finger grooves for shooter comfort, full-length metal top rail for optics and accessories, bottom rail for attachment of bipod lights or lasers, rubberized buttstock pad for comfort when shouldering the rifle, non-blowback design for increased CO2 efficiency. So kind of like marketing it in that way. Less, not having blowback, as we know, will increase CO2 efficiency. Nothing on the back. And it will also increase the power to some degree. Depends on how the valve is set. You can typically get, more shots and more power without the blowback action, as we know. As with all of these guns, they do come with manuals, okay? Steel BB, right, easy load for CO2. Accessory rail, non-blowback. Okay. Inside you have sort of a little parts diagram here. Tells you what everything is. Things not to do, right? unless you're shooting with airsoft, but don't shoot at a person with a dog, right? Especially if they have a dog. You don't want to shoot someone with a dog. Come on. All right. Not to do stuff. There's your safety, shows you where the safety is, how to release your magazine, how to get into the CO2 loading area, right? Just information on how to use it, basic stuff. How to adjust the sights, how to remove the sights, how to put that bipod on, okay, laser information. And then there's some more information in here, right? Weight, caliber, ammunition capacity, FPS, things like that. Okay. All right, at this point, let's do a walk around, take a quick look. Get in here nice and tight. So here we have on the left side, this is the on-off switch for the laser. So if you do have the laser in it, the parts inside that laser, this will turn it on and off. You can see we have the Weaver Picatinny rail here, top and bottom. That's the front of the laser. I will pull the laser out to show you in a bit here. You have this nice flash hider on here. Now, I wasn't sure if it was removable, and I did try to remove it. And so I've actually kind of loosened it up in here. It's not supposed to come out this easy. It's glued in. So don't try to remove this part from the barrel, or you'll probably kind of break the glue inside. I'm going to probably just re-glue it with some, you know, probably, you can see here, there's glue on there. And it's still pretty tight though. It's not going to just fall out or anything, right? But, you know, to have it properly snug, I'm going to probably re-glue it. You notice you have this fiber optic sight on the front. You can remove it with this screw here and take it off. It just fits on the rail. There's our top rail. Right, you have this sort of what looks like an ejection port, but it is molded into the gun, right? Okay, you've got these sort of hollow spots here just for looks. You do have your magazine release, okay? Stick magazine. Looks like something you'd find in a pistol, like a lot of other pistols. It may be just that. It may be from another pistol. And then you also have your CO2 screw there. You can hit this button here to get your CO2, right? So we have just standard CO2 cartridges that go in there. When you're done, pop that back. Again, we're using 4.5 millimeter steel BBs, and you would load them in the bottom hole there. This guy just pops into place there, right? When you're done loading, you release the follower, put your magazine back in. You do need to give it a pretty good whack. It does need a little bit of pressure to get that in there. Rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. Okay, just a peep sight in the back. Again, that nice butt plate. Okay, everything feels really good. It's really sturdy. Nothing wiggles around or anything. You have your ASG branding there, and it's like a nice sort of glass oval that fits in there. Okay. I'm going to just look at it upside down. It's alright. There's your safety, and it's in a nice spot for right-handed shooters, right by the trigger. Okay, so easy to flip on and off. Okay, there's your pistol grip. And you can see here, we have this laser removal. You just push that button, and then the laser comes out. You got to kind of hit it twice. So let's take a quick look at the laser. Okay, you can see here, I don't know if you can see in there, but it is hollow. There's nothing inside here. Okay, you can see here, there's no metal parts. This is the battery, where the batteries would go, but inside there's just nothing. It's completely hollow. I don't know if you can see that, but it's completely hollow. Okay, so you need some mechanical parts to go in here, because there's no laser in it. It's just sort of the outer housing for it. I don't know if you buy it, if you get the whole thing, if this is just like a placeholder just for looks, but I'm assuming you're just going to get parts that go inside of this. I could be wrong. We don't have it. I don't have it, so I can't tell you for sure. All right, let's really quickly just show you this bipod again. So you can put it on and off really easily. I'm not going to put it on. You've seen it on in my other video, in my unboxing video, but so watch that. I did do an unboxing video, by the way. Check that one out. But it's easy to put on. Once it's on, you can adjust it. You know, you can adjust each leg independently, although you'd probably want to do them both the same, right? This locks it in, but you can also quickly release it. It's got quick releases on here. Just goes right on the bottom, right? Well, why not put it on? Okay. There it is. Okay, we got it on there. Why not, right? Okay. And that's how it kind of looks. You can move it forward or back. I did want to unscrew this barrel for you guys. You just unscrew it because I want to show you the length of the inner barrel. Okay, so this is just basically a barrel with this is the outer barrel that just goes inside, and what it does is it kind of holds this inner barrel in place. You can see how it wiggles around. So I wouldn't want to shoot this gun without the barrel on it because this might, you know, reduce accuracy. Kind of looks cool. It's nice and small, but you know, you're missing a lot with this gun. There's no barrel, so it doesn't look right. And this little inner barrel also is not, you know, it's going to wiggle, potentially reducing accuracy. But you can see that the inner barrel, from where the magazine comes up about here to here, I'm going to say is about 12 inches, maybe 12 to 13 inches in length. So it's not bad in terms of length, a little bit longer than your standard pistol, but definitely there's more room in my books to go a little bit longer, and you could have increased it like further in my books and maybe got some more power out of this gun, because longer barrels up until a point do increase power with CO2 guns because you get more CO2 expansion in that barrel. The barrel will not cool down quite as quickly. You've got more barrel there to stay warm and to allow for CO2 expansion. So typically you do get more power. All right, let's go over some of the pros and the cons. Now keep in mind, I haven't done the field test shooting video. I can say the trigger doesn't feel too bad, but it is double action only. We got safe there. So it's pretty long. You know, in terms of fast shooting, if you try to shoot too fast, you might miss one every once in a while. It's not going to be your quickest shooter out there for follow-up shots, but it's not too bad. It's not really heavy. It's not going to tire your finger out too much, but it is a bit longer. All right, we'll go into some of the pros and the cons without any actual shooting information, because again, I haven't done that yet. But let's get into the pros and cons here. Okay, it's very customizable with the rails top and bottom. You can add on all kinds of things. Obviously here, the bipod. You could put your own laser on or go with the integrated one if you decide to do that. You could put red dots, you could put scopes on the top here, you know, all kinds of stuff if you want. You could put a foregrip on there, it's totally up to you. It does come with a really nice bipod. I really like this bipod. I'd use it on, you know, other guns too if you want to. You could use it on any gun with that similar type of rail system. And the front and back sights are pretty nice. You do have that, you know, you do have that optical one in the front, which lights up, just needs a little bit of light and makes it nice and bright, easy to see. I like the peep sight on the back. It looks pretty good. It's fully adjustable. If you don't like these sights, you could add any other iron sight that you choose. And again, that safety switch is in a really nice location for right-handed shooters. The integrated laser is a nice add-on. I think it's a nice touch that it's right there, right dead center, you know, up close to the barrel, in line with the barrel, nice and tight. Should work pretty good. The TAC 4.5 has a nice solid construction. It's, you know, mostly plastic or polymer, but it does feel good. It's pretty solid. Feels good in the hand. That rubber butt plate is a nice touch too. It's nice and thick. Probably adds a little weight to the gun as well. Rubber's pretty heavy. And one thing I didn't really mention is you can take this barrel off, which reduces the overall length of the gun. It might make it a little bit easier to transport it in, say, a gym bag or something like that if you're taking it over to a friend's house or somewhere to shoot it. And again, it does come in an airsoft version if you're into airsoft shooting. All right, some of the cons. That double action only trigger pull is a bit long, which will slow down rapid fire shooting a bit. You might even miss the odd shot because you just didn't quite go the full length of the trigger. If you're trying to shoot fast, you might miss a few there. Again, it does have that pretty much full polymer build with some metal parts inside, of course, but the gun isn't overly heavy, coming in about 3.5 pounds. That said, it feels okay in the hand. It's not too bad. And I'm not sure why, but they only went with the inner barrel coming out to about here, so, you know, roughly 12, 13 inches. Why not at least go right to the edge here? I can see them not going past, because if you take that barrel off, you're exposing that inner barrel, which could get bent or something or whatever, right? So I could see that, keeping it within line of the frame, or the, you know, the stock in the frame here. But why not go right to the edge? You would have maybe got some more power, possibly some more power out of this gun. Now that's pretty much it for pros and cons. Again, this TAC 4.5 from ASG is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store, so check it out. You can also get the 6mm airsoft version there too. Don't forget to check out our Canada and US online airgun stores at replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. I'll also be posting a written review for this gun with additional photos, so check that out over at replicaairguns.com. And keep checking back. I will have a shooting video for this gun really soon. That's probably going to be one of my next videos coming up shortly. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Until next time, take care.